Hey there. So this is the continuation of my Persephone build. Originally I was going to use some of the parts of my Taiki build and other parts I have for this machine. This would have been the EVGA 850GM power supply. That's right here. And then the Samsung 980 Pro that I have. This is a 2 terabyte version. And then the Patriot Viper Steel DDR4 4000 megahertz memory here. I was originally eyeing this power supply during the holidays and found that nobody seemed to carry it, and for a decent price. So I looked at the Micro Center website and they had this power supply, but it was labeled as a gold level power supply, so I kind of dismissed it. On my last visit to the Micro Center, that I recently found, to my surprise, that this was actually the power supply I was looking for. So they have a whole stock of these power supplies, and I decided, well, I'm going to pick it up and use it for my Persephone build here, and in this Loki Ghost S1 case. I'm not sure exactly how this memory will do with my 5600X CPU. It's a great memory kit for my Intel 10900K, but from what I understand, AMD CPUs are best with 3200 or 3600 megahertz with CL14 and CL16 timings. There's a sweet spot. I might try to bring the memory down to 3600 megahertz and see if I can lower the latency timings. And also this kit, it only has 16 gigabytes of capacity, and I feel I might need or want larger capacity later if I want to use this machine for more than just gaming. So yeah, either way, this is what I'm going to try to piece together in this run, and I guess for this video. Alright, so this is the power supply. Kind of took everything out of the box here. The things that are kind of neat about this power supply is that, well, first off, it's a white power supply. So you can kind of see here, they kind of made it all in white, which I think for this case, it probably would fit and make sense. It is an SFX-L, so it is a little bit longer than the EVGA power supply there. And then the dimensions of this specifically are 125 by 125 by 63.5 millimeters. This also is, it kind of shows here on the box here, that it's ATX 3.0. It has also it's PCIe 5.0 ready, and it has the 16-pin cable in there for the 600 watts for the newer GPUs or graphics cards. This also has, I'm not sure if it's actually there. Yeah, there it is. It is Lambda A certified, so it has low noise levels, and it's supposed to be rated below 25 decibels. This also, obviously, it's a platinum, so it has an 80 plus platinum certification, which means that it's 92% efficient when it's under load. And then this also has a 10-year warranty, so it's pretty hefty that you can kind of keep this power supply for that long. Although I'm not sure if this is something that probably will even last that long, given kind of how hardware, and it looks like even the standards keep changing. So anyways, you kind of have the obviously the to-wall cable there, but then you've got, it looks like some, you know, documentation material. You have this plate that can kind of turn this small form factor into a larger size if you want to mount it into the case, and then Yeah, obviously you have this gangle of cables, and what's nice is that it's all the white, so you can kind of imagine how that might look in that. I guess the other nifty part about this power supply is that you can see here that it's fully modular, so only use the ports that I need. This is the new adapter, so that's the ATX 3.0, and that's for like the newer video cards. For the rest, it's about standard. I think they have some less ports there because of the fact that they're using this one here, and that can run about 600 watts. The underside of the supply just kind of looks like that. Let's see here. The other, that's the kind of the front of the power supply. It's got this kind of shininess to it. There's the back of it, and then here is the other side. Looks pretty sharp. Actually, I have that a little bit upside down, so maybe I can show it this way. And then I think, yeah, this one kind of shows that way. Now, what's kind of cool about the top of, or at least the top of this, is the fan is clear. So I'm not sure if you can kind of see that, but the blades are clear, so you can actually look inside, and you can see the heatsink. That is the custom heatsink that they put in there for dissipating heat. You can also kind of see the larger capacitors as well. And then the other things for cable management, for the gangle of cables there, you got the Velcro straps as well as some zip ties, and there's the hardware, the screws and such. And then they give you this bag right here to kind of hold all of that along with the instructions. They were in there. And then you have that as well to kind of just hold all the extra cables. But most likely it's all just going to probably go right in that box. So that's the Loki 850 watt platinum white edition power supply. Okay, I'm going to put the SSD in. Need to remove this plate right here, and there's two screws, one screw right there and another screw that's kind of right over there. Looks like the one screw on the right side is longer and the other screw on the left side is short. And then this kind of removes by just popping straight up. The other thing to note is when you pop the thing straight up, this has all of these kinds of pins here, and then you can see that all these pins here, and then this over here has kind of that connector right there, and then we have another screw right here for the NVMe. Okay, so we just kind of put the SSD in place. Use the screw that I removed. There we go. And this has some sort of a thermal pad on there. I'm going to remove the sticker. Just like that. Connect this back, lining the pins, and then use this long screw there, short screw here, and screw this in place. Okay, that one's in place. This one. Is in place. And that's it. Okay, so this is the power supply put into the case. One thing to note is had to pull out the memory sticks to get into this. There is this wire right here that has the power switch. It actually runs from up here at the top over the side and kind of underneath the power supply and then over to here. The other thing is I decided to, for the GPU, run the power cable along the side, right here. And then, let me pull this over. The other thing here is, what's pretty nice is they give you these Velcro straps to organize and kind of pin the cables in place. This is the way I kind of ended up putting the cables. And one nice thing about these cables is they're actually pretty flexible. I guess you can't really feel them, but if I can show you, they're kind of this braided wire, and or at least the cover over the wire, and the wires are pretty flexible, so it's pretty nice. One more thing is, while looking at the package, they have the 16 pin connectors. This is one of the things that I was wondering about. So these are the the 600 watt power supply connectors, but they have two kinds. One of them is this one without all the sense wires in it, and it connects to the two 8-pin on the PSU. Kind of see that. So there's two of these, but then they give you another one that goes directly into the new port, and this goes from 16 pin to the 16 pin, and this is the 600 watt. So you can kind of see it goes all the way from one side to the other, and from what I understand, these are more stable, and maybe alleviate some of that, I guess, the melting problems, but I don't really know, and kind of fear actually using my 4090 because of that. Anyways, so the cables are very, very nice. I ended up kind of tucking it all this way and kind of organizing it behind the power supply. There's a small gap that's behind the power supply I was able to kind of push all the wires into. Okay, and I'm going to put the memory sticks back in. It's pretty straightforward. Just kind of slide it, actually slide it top to bottom and kind of push down. It only has a lock on one side. The other side is static. So just have to make sure that you line it and kind of push down on it. That's it.